Force lightning, an ability that represents fear, destruction, and ultimate power. Few abilities in the galaxy are as awe-inspiring or as terrifying. Force lightning has become synonymous with the dark side of the Force. This ability is more than just a weapon, it's an extension of the wielder's emotions and mastery of the Force. Luke Skywalker once called it the ultimate physical manifestation of the Force, and indeed, its crackling energy represents an outward expression of the chaos and intensity within the user. Sith wielders like Darth Sidious and Darth Tyranus have used Force lightning to dominate and destroy, while rare practitioners among the Jedi have bent this power toward justice and protection, challenging our understanding of the Force itself. Force lightning made its debut in Return of the Jedi, introduced as a way to visually emphasize Emperor Palpatine's overwhelming power. Ralph McQuarrie's concept art envisioned Palpatine as a figure who didn't need a lightsaber. His mastery of the Force was weapon enough. In the decades since, Force lightning has evolved from a simple energy attack into a richly symbolic aspect of the Force, not too dissimilar to the color of a lightsaber blade. Its many colors and variants, introduced in expanded media like novels, comics, and games, have deepened our understanding of this ability as a reflection of the wielder's inner state. Its many colors, from blue and purple to green and red, reflect the diverse emotions and philosophies of its wielders. Variants like Force Tempest and Chain Lightning showcase its versatility in combat, while its symbolic and thematic implications make it much more than a simple tool of destruction. Join us as we explore every single Force lightning color and variant, around 22 in total. We begin with blue lightning, the most iconic form of this ability, often associated with Sith Lords like Darth Sidious and Count Dooku. Its brilliant arcs of energy serve as a weapon of destruction and intimidation, a raw display of power and dominance. In Legends, Starkiller wielded blue lightning with unparalleled ferocity, demonstrating its versatility in combat. His mastery of the ability highlighted its capacity for both precise attacks and large-scale devastation. However, blue lightning isn't limited to Sith Lords at the peak of their power. Count Dooku wielded it effectively in his duels with Yoda and Anakin Skywalker. Although powerful and an excellent swordsman, he was by no means a master darkside practitioner compared to Sith like Palpatine, demonstrating that this is likely the most basic Force lightning color. While blue lightning is often considered the default color, its potency depends on the wielder's skill and intent. Palpatine's fleet-destroying lightning in the Rise of Skywalker exemplifies how even the most familiar form of Force lightning can be taken to apocalyptic levels when amplified by a master of the dark side. Purple Force lightning represents a deeper level of mastery and emotion, often fueled by unrestrained hatred and malice. This color signifies an intensity that surpasses the raw aggression of blue lightning, requiring the wielder to draw on more profound and destructive emotions. Darth Bane, the founder of the Rule of Two, wielded purple lightning with devastating effect. His use of this variation reflected his unyielding ambition and unparalleled hatred for his enemies, qualities that defined his legacy in Sith history. Emperor Palpatine occasionally displayed purple lightning during moments of heightened fury. These flashes of purple during his most destructive attacks further suggest that the color may also symbolize a wielder's emotional extremes. Perhaps unsurprisingly, this purple lightning of Palpatine's appeared to be one of the most powerful, oftentimes instantly vaporizing his foes. Red Force lightning is the rarest and most feared form, symbolizing absolute mastery of the dark side. Unlike blue or purple lightning, red lightning is often associated with beings of immense darkness and power. This coloration could not be learned, nor did it seem to be tied to one's affiliation in the Force. You were either born with this ability or you were not. This variation carries unique properties, such as the ability to sever a victim's connection to the Force. For a Jedi, this is a fate worse than death, stripping them of their identity and rendering them powerless. This makes red lightning one of the most devastating weapons in a Sith's arsenal. Darth Vader was theorized to have the potential to wield red lightning, but his cybernetic body prevented him from generating the energy needed to produce it. The fact that the literal Chosen One had red Force lightning strongly implies that this was the most powerful color. This is further supported by the fact that Luke Skywalker would have had red lightning if he had turned to the dark side. In an alternate future scene in The Force Unleashed, Luke, one of the most powerful Force users of all time, was seen using red Force lightning instinctively. Darth Nihilus, the Sith Lord known as the Lord of Hunger, also utilized red lightning, combining it with his ability to consume the life force of entire planets. His lightning wasn't just a weapon, it was an extension of his all-consuming hunger, a representation of his complete surrender to the dark side. Other known users of Force lightning included Darth Deslos, a forgotten Sith Lord who killed nearly 2,000 Jedi. Another was Darth Tenebrous, a Sith so genius he planned to make the whole galaxy as powerful as Jedi through his own technology. The final known user of red Force lightning is the Sun, the literal embodiment of the dark side, showcasing just how deeply connected to the dark side this Force lightning color really is. White lightning is an enigma, appearing exclusively in legends and associated with the Barrandose sages of the Keldor species. This color challenges the traditional view of Force lightning as a purely dark side ability, suggesting that it may have applications in the light side of the Force. The Hidden One, a Barrandose sage, wielded white lightning during a confrontation with Luke Skywalker. Unlike Sith lightning, this variation lacked the malevolent energy that defines its dark side counterparts. Instead, it appeared to be a manifestation of pure energy, untainted by anger or hatred. This raises intriguing questions about the nature of Force lightning. Could it be a neutral ability shaped by the intent of the wielder rather than the alignment of the Force? White lightning suggests that the boundary between light and dark may be more fluid than commonly believed, further complicating our understanding of this iconic power. Black lightning, wielded exclusively by Jaina Solo in Legends, is one of the most mysterious forms of Force lightning. Unlike traditional Sith lightning, which is fueled by hatred, black lightning seems to draw on anger, making it less corrupting. Jaina's use of black lightning during a moment of intense anger suggests that this variation may be tied to the emotional state of the wielder. Its unique coloration and effects have led to speculation that black lightning could be linked to the Skywalker bloodline, whose members often exhibit extraordinary connections to the Force. Yellow Force lightning is one of the most fascinating variations, existing in a unique space between the light and dark sides of the Force. While most commonly associated with Jedi practitioners like Plo Koon, it has also appeared in both canon and legends as a weapon of the dark side, proving that this color is not bound by a single mole alignment. The most well-known example of yellow lightning comes from Jedi Master Plo Koon, who described it as electric judgment. Unlike Sith lightning, which is fueled by hatred and rage, electric judgment is driven by a sense of justice and righteous purpose. Plo Koon first demonstrated this ability while confronting a criminal who had taken a hostage. In this moment, Koon unleashed a short burst of yellow lightning, incapacitating the criminal without succumbing to anger or malice. He later reflected that he felt no hatred during the act, only a pure and controlled desire to protect the innocent. Like White Force lightning, electric judgment challenges the traditional Jedi philosophy. The Jedi Order often forbade techniques like Force lightning due to their destructive and corrupting nature, yet Koon's use of this ability suggests that it can be wielded responsibly under the right circumstances. Though yellow lightning is commonly seen as a Jedi ability, canon has shown that it can also emerge from the dark side. Darth Momin, a Sith Lord and visionary artist introduced in Charles Soule's Darth Vader, wielded yellow lightning to devastating effect. His mastery of this form demonstrated its raw destructive potential when channeled through rage and malice. Momin's yellow lightning was not accompanied by the more restraint of Plo Koon's electric judgment, proving that the color itself does not determine its alignment. It's the emotions and intentions of the wielder that shape its meaning. In Legends, members of the Eternal Empire, an enigmatic faction, also wielded yellow Force lightning. Unlike Jedi who used electric judgment for justice, these users often tapped into both light and dark emotions, placing them firmly in the grey category of Force practitioners. For example, Arkan, a Dark Prince of the Eternal Empire, employed yellow lightning with unparalleled ferocity. His use of this ability blurred the lines between good and evil, much like the Eternal Empire itself, which sought control and balance at the expense of individual freedom. Interestingly, Arkan's lightning was as devastating as traditional Sith lightning, proving that when wielded to its full potential, yellow lightning can match its blue or red counterparts in power and lethality. The duality of yellow lightning makes it one of the most complex variations of this ability. When used by Jedi like Plo Koon, it exemplifies control, justice, and protection. But in the hands of Sith like Darth Momin or practitioners of the Eternal Empire, it becomes a weapon of destruction and domination. Green Force Lightning, also referred to as Emerald Lightning, is very similar to Yellow Force Lightning. Some Jedi who use the Electric Judgment ability produce green lightning instead of yellow. As far as we know, there is no clear reason why some light side users generate green while others produce yellow. It's possible that users of Green Force Lightning were unknowingly tapping into a more powerful variation. The most famous practitioner of Green Force Lightning was Mother Talzin. This version of lightning was said to be channeled through Talzin from the spiritual energy of the Night Sisters. Unlike other forms of lightning, Night Sister magic concentrated the power into a single beam that could only hit one target at a time. However, it was extremely powerful, capable of destroying a B-1 battle droid in seconds. Night Sister magic operates differently from the Force as the Jedi understood it, as the Night Sisters didn't believe in the Force or in good and evil. Instead, they served the will of the spirits, ruled by two deities, the Fan God and the Winged Goddess, known to us as the Son and Daughter. Although heavily influenced by the dark side, Night Sister magic was often channeled through the Winged Goddess, embodying the light side. If I were to speculate, I'd argue that the Night Sister variant of Force Lightning is similar to Electric Judgment, drawing on the light side but tainted heavily by the dark. Now we've explored the various colours and their differences, we will now explore the different kinds of abilities that fall under the Force Lightning category. We begin with the most iconic version, Standard Force Lightning. Seen in countless Star Wars media, this ability allows a Force user to unleash a concentrated torrent of energy directly at a target. The intense electrical discharge not only causes excruciating pain, but can also burn flesh, destroy droids, and disfigure victims. The intensity and duration of the lightning depend on the user's skill and emotional state, making it a true representation of their mastery over the dark side. Force Maelstrom, also known as Force Bombard, is a devastating technique that merges Protection Bubble, Telekinesis, and Force Lightning into a single, catastrophic attack. The user begins by forming a protective Force Bubble around themselves, shielding against harm. With telekinetic precision, they draw in nearby objects, or even people, creating a swirling vortex around the bubble. Finally, all of this energy is unleashed in a massive shockwave, combining kinetic force with a surge of Force Lightning that devastates anything caught in its path. This ability requires immense mastery of the Force, blending defensive and offensive elements seamlessly. Darth Malgus was a proficient user of Force Maelstrom, employing it to overwhelm unprepared enemies during the Old Republic era. Centuries later, Darth Sidious refined this technique, using it as a foundation to achieve mastery of the more powerful Force Storm. It was also a signature move of Emperor Palpatine's Shadow Guard and the Sith apprentice Galen Marek, both of whom wielded it to terrifying effect. Next is Sith Barrage, a lesser known but highly tactical variation. Unlike standard Force Lightning, Sith Barrage doesn't travel through the air. Instead, it erupts from the ground beneath the target, coursing through their body from below. This unexpected angle of attack makes it particularly difficult to defend against with a lightsaber or force barriers. Sith Barrage is ideal for catching opponents off guard, especially in duels where a sudden strike can turn the tide of battle. While it doesn't appear often in Star Wars lore, its unique mechanics highlight the creative ways in which Sith manipulate Force Lightning to gain an advantage. The Lightning Shield is one of the most advanced forms of Force Lightning, combining offense and defense in a single ability. By surrounding themselves with an electrified aura, the user creates a barrier that shocks any nearby enemies while protecting them from incoming attacks. Beyond its defensive properties, the Lightning Shield can also imbue the wielder's lightsaber with Force Lightning, supercharging the blade to make it even more destructive. This application requires exceptional skill and focus, as maintaining the shield while fighting is no small feat. Darth Sidious and Galen Marek, Starkiller, were among the few known practitioners of this technique. In Marek's case, the Lightning Shield not only protected him, but amplified his strikes, making it a devastating force on the battlefield. Force Shock is a more precise variation of Force Lightning, often used by Sith apprentices during their training. This ability involves a single spark of energy that tracks and damages the nearest enemy, stunning or injuring them with a controlled burst. While it lacks the overwhelming power of other variants, Force Shock is highly effective in duels or situations requiring precision. Its simplicity makes it ideal for less experienced Sith, helping them develop their connection to the dark side without overextending their power. Master Hamner used Force Shock during his revolt against the New Jedi Order, incapacitating his enemies and ensuring they couldn't recover quickly. Force Storm takes Force Lightning to a new level, transforming it into a devastating area of effect attack. Unlike the linear streams of standard lightning, this variant radiates outward, striking all enemies in the vicinity. The user raises their palm to generate an explosion of electrical energy, making Force Storm particularly effective in battles against multiple opponents. Darth Bane and Galen Marek famously used this ability to devastating effect, showcasing its chaotic and destructive potential. The raw power of Force Storm requires exceptional mastery of the dark side, as the wielder must maintain control over the widespread energy while ensuring it doesn't backfire. Chain Lightning is one of the most devastating forms of Force Lightning, designed for combat against multiple opponents. Instead of striking a single target, this variant arcs between enemies, incapacitating entire groups with a single burst of energy. Count Dooku and Darth Nox were among the most notable practitioners of Chain Lightning, using it to overwhelm squads of Jedi or armies of lesser foes. The ability to direct the initial strike with precision while allowing the lightning to jump from target to target requires immense skill and concentration, making it one of the more advanced variants. Force Tempest is the ultimate expression of raw power, turning the wielder into a living storm of destruction. This variant involves projecting lightning from all limbs, creating a whirlwind of energy that surrounds the user and strikes all nearby enemies. Its chaotic and destructive nature makes it especially useful in battles against multiple adversaries, as it leaves no safe area within its radius. Darth Sidious's cataclysmic display of lightning in the Rise of Skywalker, which disabled an entire fleet, is the closest on-screen example of this technique, though it is rarely seen in such an apocalyptic scale. Similar in concept to Force Tempest, Lightning Burst is a shorter-range variant that emits arcs of lightning outward from the user's body. While it lacks the extended reach of Force Tempest, Lightning Burst is highly effective in close-quarters combat, allowing the wielder to strike adjacent foes without aiming directly at them. This variant resembles a Tesla coil, with the user acting as the central source of energy. It's particularly useful for crowd control in tight spaces, making it a tactical choice for Sith who find themselves surrounded. Lightning Grenade is one of the most brutal applications of Force Lightning, weaponizing the victim themselves. The wielder suspends their target in the air using telekinesis, then floods their body with lightning until they are primed to explode. The user can then hurl the victim into a group of enemies, detonating the lightning energy in a catastrophic blast. Both Galen Marek and Darth Sidious demonstrated this ability, using it to devastating effect in large battles. Kinetite combines the raw energy of Force Lightning with the precision of telekinesis. The wielder compresses lightning into a dense orb-like projectile, which they can hurl at enemies with deadly accuracy. Upon impact, the Kinetite explodes, releasing both electrical and kinetic energy. What makes Kinetite particularly impressive is the level of control required to compress and guide the orb while ensuring it retains its explosive power. One of the most horrifying applications of Force Lightning, Lightning Bomb amplifies the destructive potential of this ability to catastrophic levels. The wielder channels lightning into their target, forcing the energy to build within their body until it reaches a critical mass. The victim then explodes in a violent burst of energy, annihilating themselves and anyone within the blast radius. Unlike Lightning Grenade, where the victim is thrown into a group of enemies, Lightning Bomb focuses on amplifying energy within the body itself, resulting in a more powerful explosion. This technique is often used to clear out fortified positions or eliminate key targets with devastating precision. Starkiller frequently employed Lightning Bomb during his battles, showcasing its gruesome efficiency. He mastered a particularly effective variant where he would allow the lightning to build up within his own body. Just before the lightning threatened to annihilate his own body, he would release its energy, producing a horrific shockwave which could incinerate his foes. The Sith Seeker is one of the most unstable and chaotic Force lightning variants, combining the destructive energy of lightning with the raw force of a powerful push. The wielder begins by using a force push to hurl their target through the air, then conjures a ball of uncontrollable lightning that expands and races after the victim. The energy ball detonates upon impact, creating a massive explosion that damages everything in its vicinity. Because the Sith Seeker grows increasingly unstable as it moves, controlling it requires immense focus and precision. Practitioners like Galen Marek mastered this ability, using it to obliterate enemies while creating widespread chaos on the battlefield. Darth Vader's unique take on Force lightning is a testament to his ingenuity and mastery of the Force. Due to his cybernetic body, Vader was unable to produce traditional Force lightning without risking catastrophic damage to his life support systems. However, he found a way to circumvent this limitation by summoning lightning from the environment instead of his body. In Legends, Vader demonstrated his variant of Force lightning by generating a storm above his opponents and directing bolts of energy downward. If you've enjoyed this exploration of Force lightning's many forms, let me know if you'd like me to do a deep dive into every single Force power in the galaxy. Thank you for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.